take you 3 to 4 hours.
Weirdly smart and fixed
Heck, man. So mean.
What do you
This
like?
is literally mean. I told you about this yesterday about my parents.
So Ricky told me that she has too many classes.
You get fired.
Rich,
What?
you can stop laughing.
Bethany,
No.
we can't help it. We're happy people and you're not
Yeah,
happy.
Bethany, it's not.
All right.
Maybe the flyers.
Okay, this will go really quickly. Number 1, it says sine inverse of 0.9.
Can we just plug this in this calculator?
Yes, it is a calculated problem, so just plug it in.
Wait, what?
Wait, calculator?
Wait, what page is it?
Yes, make sure your calculator is in degrees. And we're rounding to the nearest 1/10 of a degree.
Wow, that is insane.
You guys know what? You should have texted. If he's going to do that, that's the appropriate response.
What were you gonna do?
Oh, wait.
I was gonna hit you hard enough to hurt my own wrist.
Practically, we're sitting on the table, Brady.
Can we, but, wait, are we on 289?
Yes.
Wait, page 289.
Yep. I put page 289, 1 through 8, 11 and 12. I didn't write it down.
1 through 12?
11 and 12.
Do you know took one day?
Wait, what?
Right here.
1 through 8.
It's kind of a weird question. Do you know art? It's more a subject.
All right.
Sure.
Do you know who?
Are you guys done with 1?
Yes.
No.
No. I didn't do it. I'm sorry.
Why did it?
I'm a disappointment.
It's the
That's
same
what my parents
thing,
call
I
me.
know that.
Rachel's too distracting.
My mom told me
In a bad way.
What?
No, take a good way.
You can still use that.
Wait.
Okay.
Which numbers are we doing?
Number 1.
Maybe if you would listen, then you would understand.
Alright, get with the program. Did you get 64 point? Why do I have my
Two.
science book out?
And then maybe 64.2.
64.2?
Yes.
Here, we'll just try.
Yes, sir.
Wow, wait, thank you for answering
Okay,
it
bye.
and
Hey, did you guys get
I can't
64.2?
I got you.
Guys, I got
I can also hold your
64.2
hand if
today.
you need me to.
What?
your mom.
I said I can hold your hand.
That's
if
not
you
very
need me
nice.
You can hold my
It
hand.
is very nice.
Rachel, why is it?
It's honoring to your mom.
Rachel, why is it whenever I'm trying to be productive in class, you have to make a snarky remark and you're just trying to destroy
Are you
myself?
still talking about it? Because I think everybody stopped listening.
Bethany's so jealous right
No,
now.
if I need to record this, it's taking a while.
Is it just calculated?
Wait, why didn't you say
No,
no?
no, it changes it after a little bit.
Say no, Bethany.
Just say no.
Just say no.
Shh, guys, being too loud.
She didn't say no, and I'm kind of scared.
Why does every question have to have like 5 questions?
Yeah, they still all count as points. Just pretend it's 4 questions. Makes you feel like you're getting a lot.
But these are like half points each.
Yeah, that's true.
So these are like,
Well, I only do the half point thing when they're easy, like this.
wait, what are the parentheses?
You don't have to have the parentheses, but they put the
Oh, you want-
parentheses on the ones with negative symbols.
I think for calculators you just put parentheses and it's always denominated. I don't know why.
Probably don't need to put parentheses on these.
Cosine inverse is 3/6.
I'm done.
Who?
Good one.
Ask.
On number 3, you do the same thing, but you need to change your calculators to radians.
I haven't even
I
started.
mean number
Wait,
C.
why are the...
Just do 1 and 3 for now. And then if you want me to check your answer, just
That's
say
a
it.
2.4.
I may need you to check my answers, because now that
Wait, what's sin of
I
-1? How
failed
do you do
Sine
really
of
bad
-1.
on the last
Yeah.
Oh, it's the sign
assignment, I was
inverse.
pretty
Whenever you press shift.
It's the same thing with me, Bethany.
Oh,
I got
sine
eight
inverse,
wrong.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I didn't
Okay.
get it wrong. I got
Do you guys, I should have probably started with this. Do you guys remember what sine inverse does? We did it a week or
You
so
can
ago.
find the angles.
Yeah, instead of like feeding it the angle and it giving you the ratio, you feed it the ratio and it works backwards to give you the angle. So these answers are all angles. On number 3, you just need to change your calculator into radians and round to the hundredths place.
Oh.
Wait, is it radians
which
for
one's
things
hundredths?
that don't have?
Oh no.
It's not just the second one.
Hundredths is the second decimal place, so you look at the third decimal place, round it to the second.
Wait, did we finish number 1?
Well, everybody's kind of all over the place. So yeah, finish 1 if you have it. No, that's not right. Oh, is your, oh, sorry. You're not rounding to the right place. You're supposed to round to the 10th of a degree. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Imagine your name
It
with
would
me.
be like 6.
Yeah.
Which place?
That would suck.
I would suck.
To be Bethany?
Whoa, you heard us?
What?
Whoops. I didn't mean to be so
It
loud.
does. Really bad.
Josh, you're the only person that can bully everyone at the school personally. No one takes anything.
I'm glad that I can bully people and they don't care.
I care.
Yeah, I know. That's why I bully you even more.
Thanks, Brady. That was very,
He's
very
not like a dying sheep.
I'm done. I'm done, son.
You're done with 1, 3. If you're done with 1, 3, might as well do 2 and 4.
Wait, running. Okay, I have a question.
Hundredths is the second decimal.
Is this the right spot? Like I said?
Yeah, it's the hundredths place, yes.
I tried a habanero and it was
Is that-
bad. Hey,
Yeah.
Mr. Delicious class. That-
And then we watched 2 girls eat a
Pause.
Carolina.
You did not have to do the dramatic pause there. Is that radians?
No, well, these things are ratios of the sides of a triangle.
Oh.
Your answer needs to be in degrees. On that,
Oh,
so-
okay.
So you need to change it back to degrees. You're going back.
Oh my fart.
Yo,
Whoa.
hey, we don't use that one.
We don't say that word, dude.
Oh my poopy face.
We don't say
No.
the B word.
Oh my lanta.
There you go.
That is acceptable.
Brady got a little bit of the alfalfa swirl going.
He always
I don't even try
You've given up the fight.
What?
Given up the fight.
Yeah. So anytime they just switch
It's
it
like
to negative.
If
Oh,
you just
same.
live
They
long
are
enough, it'll probably
calculators.
come in style eventually. You just gotta hold on.
hold on to dear hope.
My younger brother's got calyx like all over his front of his head,
Oh yeah.
and he's hoping he'll go bald so he doesn't have to worry about him anymore.
He wants to go bald.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
On this, it's still readings, right? I have to change it to degrees.
No, it's radians, but you can't do the calculator thing on that part. So we're gonna write our we're gonna write our answers in, and we have to write our answers in terms of pi.
Please no.
Maybe you want to come my baby.
Oh, you
Wait, is this like the circle thingy?
Yeah, it's related to the circle thing. I probably should draw this. Darn it.
Your thing fell asleep.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
But I don't remember asking.
Oh, wow. And Mr. Jordan's ready for fall break.
No joke.
Somebody better call the fire department. Cause Rachel just got banged. You got roasted. Are you a piece of bread? Cause I just toasted you.
Oh,
Wow.
are you a marshmallow?
What?
Because you just got burned.
Ooh.
No. It doesn't
I think all our IQs are dropping.
Hey, Josh,
Yeah.
are you a graham cracker and a chocolate? and marshmallow because I want some more of you.
I like how you have to think about all the things that s'more with those little pies. You're like a graham cracker, a giant marshmallow. S'more.
Is your dad a baker?
No, it's
Are you a forest in California? Because you got your gun.
I could have gone my whole life.
That's the best pick.
Yeah,
Should we like draw
Yes,
this?
Use
Yeah, use
it.
that
Like
one.
put it even?
That'd be hilarious,
I'm
dude.
sure.
You can get every day.
I don't know why I'm
Oh my
doing
gosh,
that,
that'd be
actually.
so funny.
What am I doing?
Mr.
No,
Jordan,
it's
how
fine.
do you
You're
do
doing
it?
it right now.
Just that.
How do you use three?
Okay. Guys, we're about to start 5 here.
I don't even know.
So just a reminder, we'll do the unit circle. What's this point right here?
2, 5.
0.
1, 0. What's this point?
0, 1.
0, 1. What's this point?
1, 0.
1, 0.
What's this point?
Negative 0, 1.
Okay.
Zero, negative.
And let's do the radians version. So this is either 0 radians or what? Or 2 pi. What's this one?
1.
Pi over 2 or 1/2 pi. This is pi. 3 pi over 2, 3/2 pi.
0.75
If we have to split these in half, I don't think we will. But you guys know what this would be right here? Half
1/4.
4th pi or pi over 4. So if this is a force, this would be 3/4.
Sure.
So 3 pi over 4. This would be 5/4. This would be 7/4. I don't think we need that, but just since we're getting more comfy with the pies, might put that in there. All right.
You know who's the most underrated low-key artist?
So number 5,
AC/DC.
we're supposed to put
You're right.
our answers in radians, but not with the decimals like we did on the 3 and 4. So we're supposed to write our answers in terms of pi. So our answer is going to be like pi over 2.
Rachel, what did you get for
3 pi over 2. All right, so remember that the sine value is based off of which variable, which coordinate?
Oh, sine was y.
Sine was
Oh,
y.
why?
So sine of 0 is going to happen where y is 0. So where is y 0?
Pi and 2 pi.
Yeah. Oh, is y the first one?
Yeah, here and here, y is 0. So if we did sine inverse, it gives us the ratio, or sorry, the angle. And the angle is either 0 or pi. Hold on.
I don't know how to
Actually, I forgot something. Before we do that, there is something we have to learn a little bit. So sine runs from 0 to pi. Yeah. It says 0 is included though.
Let's just skip it.
No. So here's my problem. There's 2 possible answers.
All of the above.
And I don't know why they put one and not the other.
It's like a spit bubble.
Oh, good, she's dead.
Finally.
Maybe it's just the first one.
I wish. Just kidding.
Okay, so
I
sine,
was joking.
sine inverse only works from 0 to 180 or 0 to pi. So if you have like a third quadrant angle, you have to use the reference angle. Okay. Sine inverse only goes from here to here because it screws it. There'd be like a divide by 0 if you keep going, so it doesn't work. Anyway, only from 0 to 180. I guess I'll put it like this, or 0 to pi. So here's the thing. This is what the book wrote, and by these rules, both of these should be the answer, 0 and pi, because y is 0 here and here, so it should work both places. But they only put 0 as the answer. So I don't know, maybe it's the first one when it comes to.
Why?
Anyway, they do 0. Cosine, on the other hand, I should have done that first. Cosine inverse. So this is the domain for sine. Like you can go between 0 and pi, or 0 and 180. Cosine inverse actually goes from negative 90 to 90. I probably should use theta right there, it's less confusing. There.
Are we supposed to be writing this down?
Yes.
Pokeball.
Or in other words, negative pi over 2 to pi over 2.
Wow. Wait. So is that like the bottom one? Nice.
So
This is
negative
in
90
degrees,
would be 270.
this is in radians, they're saying the
Okay.
same thing.
So 270 is that one.
So basically cosine inverse just does fourth and first quadrant,
Mm-hmm.
and sine does the first and second quadrant.
And then the third quadrant.
This will make a little more sense after we keep going, but I still don't know why they chose 0.
So it's
without
just where
pi
they're
or not,
positive
really.
is where it can be.
Yeah, that's where it can be. So if we have to use a reference angle, then we have to use a reference angle. B.
Wait,
We
what
already
was
did
that?
A.
0.
Cosine inverse. So what's cosine based off of?
The
The x value. So where is x0 at?
at 90.
At 90 and negative 90. So I don't know why they, again, I'm not sure why they chose pi over 2, not negative pi over 2. But
Did
yeah,
they say 0?
pi over 2. Hmm.
Is that the same as 1 half pi?
Yes, the same as 1 half pi.
Why would it not be 2 pi over 2?
Well, x is 0 at pi over 2, but it's also at negative pi over 2.
So is it just
Let me
plus
see
or
the
minus
calculator.
5 or
see
2?
what-
You can do it on the calculator.
Says who?
Yeah, just on the zeros you can. Here, hold on.
Oh, you can't do it on the zeros?
Tangent inverse of 1. Wait.
Is this in
That's in
radians?
radians.
Radians.
Are we supposed to be
Wait,
ready?
I gotta find pi. Where's pi at?
So good.
I see it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Like what did so I'm just writing C and writing H after that, and then I did this. It looked like it shortened this one because I wrote the C.
Huh?
Okay,
That's
so
fine, right?
Rachel, why do you have tangent?
here's my conclusion, guys. The book did not write this, but here's what I think they meant. Shh. So I think this should. Hey guys, stop talking. I think this should have just been a less than or equal to, because they don't really include that as a possibility. Oops, I didn't even write there. So anyway, these should have been less than. Anyway.
So it can't be
Are we supposed
positive one?
again, I say, are we supposed to write that down?
I don't know.
Oh my
You probably won't need it. We'll see. Okay, tangent inverse of 1. We kind of talked about this one yesterday, where tangent is based off, it's basically y over x. So when y and x are the same, like something divided by itself is the same, that's where tangent is going to equal 1. So where on our unit circle would y and x be the same value?
Negative 1/4 pi.
Right here, yeah. You guys remember that from yesterday?
Yes.
Because if
Back to my
this would be
calculator.
like, it's a weird number. It's like square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. That would get you right there. But basically it's at 45 degrees or pi over 4 radians.
You can do this in the calculator.
Okay. Your calculator could give you 40, yeah. You're right. but if you plug in your calculator, let's see, tangent inverse of 1, what does it give you?
1/4 pi, but then you just put the pi for the ones pi.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what do you want me to
You're right,
plug in?
I thought
That was kind of scary.
That was spooky.
Your hair is kind of scary, Josh, okay?
What's wrong with your hair?
Josh, I think your hair is cute.
Josh, I think
Ew.
you're the most attractive to me.
Okay, I didn't write this one down, but
Right in the
shh, guys, tangent inverse also goes from same as cosine. Basically, it also they use the first and fourth quadrant. So on tangent inverse of 1, like if the x value is positive but the y value is negative, that would be, well, it's not 7 pi over 4, it's actually negative pi. It's actually negative pi over 4 for that one.
Yeah, for the.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. That was 5.
Oh,
7, sine of 1/2.
6 is 0. It's wrong.
Oh, I know what they wanted. They wanted us to use the table. That's okay. Well, let's use our calculator. It's not worth it.
Yeah, so
Wait,
remember.
okay, so 6c and
But-
d is 0 and pi.
Why don't you guys, let's do 11 and 12 because those are actually the hard ones that your calculator won't. Well,
Do you still want us to do 7?
Tan of cosine inverse 12, 13.
cosine inverse 12 13 is tangent of that.
Alright, let's do 11 and 12.
Okay, here's the problem. 11 and 12 do work out on, or 11 does work out in the calculator, 12 doesn't. Because
Great, can we do 12?
because 12 has square roots and they want the exact answer, and your calculator wouldn't give you the square root answer.
Wait,
don't
I
think.
guess.
Actually,
Hold up.
okay, you can try it. Just see if it works. Because I've been wrong before on this.
Let's see if even mine will let me do it.
Wait, do I have to do a double parentheses for the
You gotta
cosine part?
Texas that kind
I
there.
have a question. Do I have to put a double parentheses for the cosine part? Or just put cosine?
Yes.
I'll try cosine.
Wait, you put the tan in,
Wait,
What happens?
and then how do you put the code in?
Cosine inverse.
And then you put.
You need to.
double parentheses
I
it.
got 5 over 12.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, it gave you the decimal answer, but it actually wanted the exact square root
Wait,
answer
is it
too.
5 over 12 on 11?
Wait, what does that mean?
5
does it
over
work
12?
in?
Did you
Well,
get 5 over
so
12?
it
What's the
was
decimal?
6.
Okay, it actually wants both. 12, it wants the on both these. It wants the decimal and it wants the exact answer.
Is 5 over 12 the exact answer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
you can just press SD.
So 5 over 12, and then what do you want us to round?
No,
to?
I'm saying number 12 has a square root, and that's where the problem comes.
What do you want us to round it to?
It says round. It doesn't say round. Round. Let's round to the hundredths place, I guess.
I'm sorry.
So 9.9.
Really? You're sorry because you did it again like half a second later.
You said, okay, so like,
I have to unleash the gas.
You repented for like 0.1 second.
so the answer was 5 over 12 and then 0.98.
No, 5 over 12 is on 11.
No, I thought he said 12.
Brady, you did 5 over 12 was 11, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Told you.
Okay, see, like, there's no point of being.
Rachel's being me all the time.
Rachel, stop bullying kids.
Okay, you just got insulted because he just called you a kid, so you're welcome. And then, okay, so 12, do you want us to just put
What's wrong with being a
0.98 or
kid?
just 1?
I'm a child.
To like just round it.
Okay, let's do. Let's see, where's the answer? 14. Yeah, both the evens are square root answers.
Mommy? Sorry.
Yeah, alright, let's do 12, I guess. We'll do. Okay. So, cosine was equal to what over what?
Wait, so,
Opposite over hypotenuse.
adjacent over hypotenuse.
Adjacent over hypotenuse. So on this one, if it says 1 and 5, 1 would be like the what?
One would be the adjacent.
Yeah. And then 5 would be the hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse.
My picture's not very accurate. I'll try a little bit better. So we'll say that's 1 and that's 5. That's a little bit better.
This is like 12, right?
This is for 12. Okay, if we plug in cosine inverse of 1/5, it's gonna spit out theta. It'll spit out that angle. You guys remember doing that the other, on the worksheet?
If you do what, you put a.
If you put in cosine inverse of 1/5, that's gonna give us this angle right here.
Okay.
But then, on the front of the problem, it says sine of that. So basically, we need to figure out what sine of this angle. We don't really need this angle. We just need to figure out what sine of this angle is. What is sine a ratio of?
Adjacent. Wait, no.
Opposite over.
Opposite over adjacent, right? Or hypotenuse, sorry.
Oh.
Opposite over hypotenuse. So really the answer is gonna be opposite over hypotenuse. So how do we find the opposite right here? This is where the square root's gonna come in.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Yeah, 1 squared plus, we'll call it b squared, I guess, equals 5 squared. Or in other words, 5 squared minus 1 squared equals b squared. Is that making sense? Do I need to write it down? 1 squared plus b squared equals 5 squared. Or 5 squared minus 1 squared would give us b squared. 5 squared is 25 minus 1 is 24. So b is the square root of 24.
Is it plus or minus the square root?
Well,
It's two
normally in algebra it would be plus or minus, but since we're talking about the length of something, this is going to be positive.
So it's, we get 2 squared is 6, and then it's the 2 squared is 6.
Yeah, 2 squared is 6.
So it's 2 squared is 6 over 5.
Yes, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so it's this over that. That's the final answer for 12.
So it's cosine x equals 2 squared root of 6 over 5. Or is it like not cosine?
No, cosine of x gives us the angle, and the angle goes into the sine function. The sine function gives us another ratio. So the ratio is this over this. Okay, I said that quite a little bit wrong. Cosine inverse of this gives us whatever that angle is. But then you put the angle back into sine, and it's going to give us that ratio right there. It is 2 squared 6 over 5. That's the final answer.
But it's sine, right? Like sine's the.
Well, the whole thing altogether.
Oh.
Wait, why'd you do it over 5? Oh, because adjacent over hypotenuse.
Yeah, opposite over hypotenuse. Yeah.
We gotta put both answers? Like.
There's only one. Well, there's one answer. The directions did say put the decimal and the exact answer.
So the decimal.
The decimal is what you said earlier. Is like 0.98 or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did we round to the 10th? Sorry.
They round. They didn't tell us, but they rounded to the hundredths, I guess.
Somebody want to do that?
Is
0.98.
8
Oh.
d 3/4 pi?
How about this? Since 1 through 8 is calculator
No,
stuff,
please don't.
we'll do 11 through 14. But I'll help you with B. 14 is similar to 12. 13, well, actually, 13b also has a square root.
Don't give us homework.
I can't, man. Oh wait, that was only 11B.
Right.
That was a 12A.
That was 12A.
Yeah.
No, that was
Did we do
12A
11?
and B.
No, it
it
wasn't B.
wasn't.
Okay,
Ah!
on B, it's almost identical except for it's negative 1/5. How is that going to change?
Because it's
Okay.
down
The x value is negative 1. The radius you always think of as a positive value, so it's over there now.
So
Guess what this is gonna be right here?
C
Negative 2 square root 6 over 5.
Well, close. Is this a positive or negative value?
Positive.
It's positive y, right? It's going up. So it's still 2 squared is 6.
Oh, so it's the same answer?
It's the same.
Yes.
But that's only one of them.
Yeah, and the other one's obviously gonna be the same because it's just the same thing next to it.
Oh, wait, what was 11B? Yeah, what's 11B?
We didn't do
I
it.
never did it.
Can we just skip that?
No. That was the easy peasy one.
Wait, 11B, I got negative 4.89897.
That's not right. You plugged something wrong.
Negative?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
Wait, what'd
please
you
miss
get?
that too.
Negative 5 over 12.
No.
Yes.
That was 11A. I got. That was
No, 11A was 5 over 12.
Yeah, that's what I got.
B is negative 5 over 12.
So is B
Oh, and we gotta do
2
7
squared
too.
6 over 5 and then negative?
Oh,
Or does that deny it? Not matter.
Okay, so just 13 is 14.
Does that make sense?
Well, listen.
Like this is like the exact same thing, so it's just 0.98 again?
Yeah.
Or is it negative?
Wait, it's 12A was 49.
No, 12a was 2 squared 6 over 5. Well, the 0.98 was the decimal, yeah.
0.98 and
So is D, I have a question though, so is 8D 3/4 pi? Or is it like 3 pi over 4?
Both, those are the same thing. The book would write 3 pi over 4.
2 squared root 6.
That's
over
probably
5.
how I'll read the answer too. Because remember, like, pi is like pi over 1, right? So if you multiply them together, it just goes on top.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, 13 and 14 are trickier. That's why I only did 11 and 12.
Did we stop at 11?
This is right before break. I'm serious.
I'm already fried.
You're
We
still,
can
I'm
do
still
it,
trying
guys.
to.
Well-
Josh, I literally
Have-
snapped.
Have mercy, please.
11 or 13. Okay,
No, please.
Let me just say this.
Is 13 29 or 21?
I hate you.
yeah, I know we can do the fraction part. It's the part that has the square roots. Hush. Okay. The problem is, like on B, negative 0.5, what would that be as a fraction?
Yes.
Negative 0.5.
Negative 1/2.
Negative 1 over 2. So when you go to set up the triangle, this would be your opposite, because it's sine.
That's cosecant?
No.
Oh, is this in radians or degrees? I'm sorry.
Radians would use
Okay. This is supposed to be for sine. So it's opposite over
How
hypotenuse.
do you know it was the opposite?
Because it says sine right next to it. Sine.
Oh, so the top one is the opposite. and-
For sine it is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this is the opposite and the hypotenuse. So when you go to draw the opposite, if the opposite is negative 1, or the y, that's like the y value is negative 1. So you go down 1 and out 2. That. Here, you draw one thing.
Wait, this is 13.
Come on, man.
Wait, is this what is
Great.
happening right now? Are we doing 13?
No.
Well, how would I find this right here?
You can't.
Negative 1 squared plus b squared.
2 squared minus negative 1 squared is 3.
3.
Square root of 3 is, would be that one.
So square root of 3 over negative 1.
We're supposed to do secant on that one. Secant is the opposite of
Negative
cosine,
1
so
over
it's
square root of
hypotenuse
3. And then,
over adjacent.
so then it's negative square root of 3 over 3.
I put it in the wrong corner. Yeah, okay, I'm done. We're gonna skip it.
Oh, but we were so close.
Josh, shut up.
We were, but it's not worth it.
But look at me. I'm
Dude,
proud.
I'm dead. I got 3.5 hours of sleep last night.
Dang, bro.
Okay, so let's just do the original assignment, 1 through 8, 11, 12, that's fine.